Well then, how's it going, ugly fucks? This is going to be a video that I was expecting to do for like a while now. And the seller would not ship this. It's a funny story that I'll have to say, and I'm not sure if I should say it before I open it up or after I open it up. The only thing I'm gonna say is I'm supposed in this box there's this robot. Yeah, that's right, a Nova Metal Fighter. But before I begin, I'm gonna read you a little piece of poetry that is very deep. I heard it yesterday, so I had to say it. So here we go. How to spoon. Dick hard in the butt. Titty in my hand. Kiss your neck. Hell yeah. End of poem. Anyway, we're gonna see what's inside here. We know it's a Nova Metal Fighter, duh. And this is not even an unboxing because it has its original box. That's the nice thing, but it's in a bag. They didn't even bother putting a fucking box, and that's what pisses me off so bloody much about some sellers. It's got that weird texture, even though it's not that. But yeah, you guys can see the box is a little fucked, but hopefully it isn't that bad. Why didn't I prepare a scissor? Scissors. I'm not sure. Fuck you. Okay. We've got. I can already see what's going on. I can already see what's going on. Okay. So this is a robot that I used to have many years ago. To be exact, it must have been early 2012. It was approximately it was late 2011 when I got my first one. No. Hold on an idly minute. I am fucking up with something. No. No. The first time I saw this robot, I saw it in two places. A place in the center of the place I'm at, and the second time I saw it was at a giant toy store. This was back in 2010, if I'm not wrong. It must have been late 2010, and I chose, like, in one place they had the Spanish Children Let's Fight Together one. In another place they had the Power Destroyer sounding one. So I did not choose, I choose none of those, and I choose a Leader New Robot, a blue Leader New Robot instead. That's how I got my first Leader New Robot, the blue one that it ended up breaking and everything, and the only piece I have left of it is the torso disc and the head. Now, in 2000, let's make a little skip to 2011, late 2011, December to be exact. My dad actually gives me, I asked him, hey, I want this robot that I had because I love it, and he bought me the Leading Robot, but this one was faulty, and as I did not know any better at the time, we returned it. What robot did I exchange it for? Nova Metal Fighter, Power Destroyer Sound. They had both at the same store. They hadn't sold it yet, surprisingly. A year and they haven't sold it. So, to be exact, that's how I got my first one. It died after 1 or 2 days, or maybe in the same day, I can't remember, but the sound quit. Classic Nova issue. But this is pretty much what I'm with right now. This one came with a manual that's called Transformative Robot, because that was the original name. But we've got that. And we've got this manual that, again, keeps the original name. Not gonna go too deep inside the manual. I'm gonna go deep inside the robot. Because the robot is all fucking broken. This is where the story takes a twist. This is pretty much, let me just go ahead and see if, because this doesn't seem to be disassembled. This doesn't seem to be broken, because let me go ahead and explain exactly what happened. This is what the seller allegedly told me. The seller told me that the robot actually had been dropped by his nephew, his 4-year-old nephew, and it just exploded in pieces. Now, you don't have to have a lot of gray matter to think, hey man, if that's the case, then it could have been broken and it wouldn't be this bad. The torso, the bottom torso is disassembled, upper torso is disassembled, it's broken. It's not broken, I mean, at least not that I see. No, not even a single screw holder broken, so it's a fact. This thing has not been dropped. This thing was purposely taken apart to see if it was fixable from something. And what's that something, as I was able to tell from the photo, this gear. There's a gear over here that I do have right here that probably was split so that the robot did not walk. Long story short, I kept this from my original metal fighter, and today it's finally going to accomplish its function. After over 8 years, this is going to go back into a metal fighter. So, once again, recap of the story. I originally was going to purchase this for like 2,000 pesos. I honestly did not hesitate. And my mom purchases it through her account. She gets a message a few days later when the guy decides to ship it and says, hey, my nephew dropped it and it broke and all that. And then we bargained and basically I got it for like 300 pesos. Which is cheap, considering that this is a very rare robot nowadays. And so, yeah. I mean, it's a puzzle. I like puzzles. So here we go. We're gonna start. Okay, so we've got the first thing we have is the arm. This is the arm that shoots the missile. Looks fine. Poses fine. Now, there's only one difference with this one and the one I used to have. At least, we haven't even heard the sound. Let me see if I can play the sound. My original one used to say, my mission is to destroy, you must surrender, power destroyer, just like any other power destroyer robot. But of course, I'm not sure what about this one. The lights are blinking, as you guys can see, and I think it is, I'm not sure. I'm gonna actually see that right now. There's so many broken wires, for God's sake. Let me just take it all out of the box. This is just how bad it is. Oh, the guy actually took... Okay, yeah, so it was taken apart. Here's all the screws. It was disassembled. It wasn't thrown. It didn't fall or anything. I'm happy with that. I'm really happy with that. I couldn't find the gear, though, yet, so it looks like the gear might be gone. But again, I have the replacement. What's up with this sword? Okay, this sword looks fucking weird because it's chromed, but it's got a layer of paint on top. I can see that it's chrome underneath, but it's silver. It's painted silver, and this doesn't seem like something that was made by a company, so I'm assuming that's the case. Missile is broken, actually. It has been glued. So this has been used. They said it was new, but it's not new. It's used responsibly, I suppose, because it's not broken. It doesn't seem to be anything broken, anything snapped, just wires loose, but that's it. And last but not least, the gun. So, I'll take this out of the way because there doesn't seem to be anything else relevant. And I'm just going to go ahead and show a few other versions. So, the one that I used to have does not even show up in the box. Because the one I used to have had blue arms, just like you saw in that Millennium. Legs were red, feet were yellow, just like the head. There's also this one that pretty much has the head and leg colors inverted, where the head is red and the legs are yellow. There's also the one in the box, of the one that I got in the And then they included the inverted one, but with the arms this time. Red legs, blue head and feet, and yellow arms. It's actually nice. I'm glad that the robot did not implode in pieces, as they said, because that would have made it a whole lot worse. I'm going to check real quick. Nova. It says Nova. Battery cover is the chrome one, so I have the feeling it's going to say Power Destroyer. I'm not sure. I'm going to right now put this in. What the? Oh. Okay. That isn't something good, I guess. The robot was just lighting up and talking. That's no mystery. The thing was actually talking and lighting up. Well, not talking, but, you know, the chip was working. And, boy, oh my. Oh, okay, a piece of the speaker actually broke. There's the trays actually broke. Okay, then. Not that. Here's the circle that always breaks on these fucking robots. There's like this one off-center circle that makes the arm and headpiece move. And, yeah, that doesn't add up. So I'll leave it turned on and I'll see if I can pad the, you know, if I can actually touch the wire that makes the circuitry work. Because there has to be some. Oh. Is it this one? I don't know, and I don't want to kill it, but I think if it's a red wire, it should be touching with this one, and yes, it is. So I'm not sure what exactly to do with the speaker, because the speaker is broken, so I'm just going to cut a wire off. Do this, and grab my always trusty speaker module, just to see exactly what it is. So, I'm going to leave it turned on. I'm not sure which wire it is, though, that makes the thing... I'm pretty sure it has to be this one, because it's the only wire from the head that's loose. The circuit board on this one is in the head, and the speaker's in the chest. Just so I let you know. That's how it goes. Still nothing, surprisingly. Then which one is the wire for the head? For the speaker, I mean. Should be this one, I guess. It doesn't seem to work. Is it that the chip is dead, just like my first one? Because I know for a fact that the chip in my first one died very, very soon. And it didn't even... Okay, so there's two wires for the speaker, and I don't understand the circuitry, to be honest. There's the light transistor, there's the red positive, maybe that's positive. There's red, there's that, there's the... So there's 1, 2, 3, 4... Okay, then. Where am I connecting? Oh, the wire's off. Clever. Clever fella. We're dealing with a clever fella. Okay. So, I'm gonna do the same fucking thing once again, and this time I'm actually going to attach it. Right there. Now the red wire. Not expecting that. It's nothing like I've heard before. Let me explain a little bit. As of what we know, there's only 2 or 3 or 4 versions. There's the Children Let's Fight Together releases that are made by Yearlo, and Nova, as of what I know, only made the one that I used to have that would say, "My mission is to destroy, you must surrender, Power Destroyer," and play music, you know, the same exact soundtrack as the Power Destroyer. What I just saw, what I just heard, is a mishmash of shooting, Power Destroyer, and Robot 2001. What the fuck? Well, guess we have something odd to show this time. That's really nice. So that's it for the video, guys. I'm going to see if I can put this fucker together, and we'll see it working once it's all fixed. Really nice, really nice. So thanks for watching.